What's up, guys?
Hey, everyone.
We are live on our first YouTube episode. Just wanted to come on, introduce ourselves, and just kind of lay down a baseline of what will be in the future in terms of topics and just who we are and what we believe and how we fit in this industry.
In a nutshell, we are performance trainers, coaches, mentors,
Owners.
We help athletes develop the physical capabilities, the mental capabilities to really get to the next level of where they want to be in sports, predominantly college or above.
And for me, I guess just, adding to that, just being a prior athlete myself, Coach Daphne and I, we have realized that there is a certain mentality. There's a certain type of mindset that must be set first before the physical can even follow, right? So it's mind, body, soul. So this is what we're going to do, is debunk some of the things or just show in our lane what we have seen over the past combined 40 years of experience and how athletes have went from A to Z and all the things that we find in between, and a lot of wasted material, a lot of wasted conversations, a lot of wasted exercising, a lot of wasted false motivational talks.
We could say this. If you have a focus to get somewhere and you're bouncing in from this lane to the left lane to the fast lane to the slow lane all the way down the highway, we can pretty much guarantee that bouncing around is going to detour you. You're probably going to miss an exit. You're probably going to get caught up in traffic one way or another.
Get rerouted.
Yeah.
There are many ways to get confused by what the clear goal would be, right? So we're going to help clear that up. And then just along the way, the journey of just athletes that have been with us and some of that experience. And then even us after, playing sports, we also are active in playing basketball. And it's been interesting seeing the dynamic of as older athletes with the young athletes and the mindsets and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. Big thing too, nutrition, right? There are some things that we believe will make you a better athlete, and I'll say it right now, it's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And chocolate milk.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But, so not saying you can't eat it, just saying there's probably better choices.
Yeah.
And especially if we're talking about gaining lean muscle mass, right?
It's one thing to gain weight, indiscriminate, just weight, versus really checking to see the type of weight you're gaining. And yes, so let's say, oh man, but coach, I need to gain, 20 pounds. I need to gain 20 pounds of all muscle and yada, yada, yada. We understand that when you gain that much in a certain amount of time, some of it's going to be some amount of body fat, especially if you're thin and you can afford to gain body fat.
But can you really afford it?
Right. So ultimately, when you're gaining, there's a long-term game involved in that. There's patience and there's habits along the way. Because if just gaining weight in a short period of time for a goal that you have that short term over a summer, let's just say, you have probably, somebody steered you wrong before that, because you should not be stuck in one summer trying to gain 10, 15, 20 pounds.
Playing catch up.
So we've already kind of missed the boat somewhere.
Yeah.
These are some of the things we have to fine tune. What have you been doing? What has your diet been looking like? What are the optimal type of calories to get that in so where you still keep a very high level of performance and feel good and that not weigh you down. So. And
this is where we're gonna rock the boat a little bit. I'm 48, Coach Daphne's 41. We're not 30-year-olds, people talking about nutrition. I'm almost 50, and we hold a lean body fat. We have plenty of muscle mass. We have tons of energy. So, when you hear some of these young coaches, right? I mean, I don't know if that's really, believable. So you got older athletes that are really doing it, really living it. So we have the blueprint. We have the blueprint of how to.
There's data, there's head knowledge, and then there's a mixture of both in experience.
Yes.
And
so we find there's a lot of people that are really just, they say that they're using data, but it's a lot of head knowledge because it doesn't make sense, right? There's certain lifts that are going to help you, and there's certain lifts that won't help you. And you can find data to back up your case.
Almost anything, right?
Right, but you can also find data that can disprove that case. And so we're not saying we know it all. We're not saying that. We are saying, however, we have seen a lot of things that can help a lot of athletes not waste time. And that's what we want to do. So
our athletes, you will progress if you follow the program. You will adapt better. We have never had an athlete who really followed a program that failed.
Correct. And we're not strength and conditioning coaches. We are sports performance coaches, right? So we help our athletes perform in their sport. This is not a buzzword. Speed training is a buzzword because we also do speed training in our sports performance. Oh, and we get stronger, and we create better range of motion, and we create better endurance, stamina. So these are some of the things that you're going to hear from us. These are the things that are going to help propel you quicker through the future. We start them at young, so we got our youngest athlete is 8, and we have them all the way up, right? So all the way from middle school, high school. We've had collegiate, we've had professional, and we have retired. And everything's the same in what we're trying to say. Calories in, calories out, that's one thing, but we're all human. And in order to perform, there is just a simple blueprint that if you will follow, you would be successful.
The reason why this is really important is because we have, there's thousands of athletes. We're in Florida, so Florida and then across the United States that are trying to say that they want to play in high school, right? So they want to get picked up for their high school team and they want to go to college. So let's just start there on a more basic level. So the percentage of athletes, Coach, that go from being a high school athlete to making it to Division I college is
less than 5%.
Less than 5%. So really think about that number and the chances of making it to Division I. This is where it's like, nutrition, I can eat this, I can eat. Like, it seems like it's doable. It seems like it's easy. As long as I'm doing this, as long as I'm playing, as long as I kinda. There's no way that a 5% is making it to the next level by kinda, sorta. How many calories do you eat? I don't really know, Coach. Oh, how many hours of sleep do you get? I just go to sleep, I don't really know, Coach. How many days a week do you train in season and off season? I get in kind of what I can, Coach. All those things, that's not the 5%.
And the problem is also to contribute with that, there are coaches out there that do not understand the importance of training. I spent some time overseas. I can tell you that there is more training that should be applied and less games. You athletes are doing too much and you're not filling in the gaps with training, nutrition, rest, and mindset shifting. And that's why you get left out of that 5%. It's that simple. We're not going to blame the parents, right? We're not going to blame one thing, but there are outside, X factors that are leading these athletes astray, where we just want to say, this is what we know. This is what we've seen. We're sending a young athlete off here in a few weeks, right? Division I. And he is a stud. And we'll introduce him into the YouTube channel. But the stories is just simply his mindset is unshakable. He knows what he wants. He eats to perform. He trains with passion, right? And he's dedicated, right? And so that's just, that's it. I know you get a lot of stuff on Instagram like, everyone wants to be the expert, but everyone's always also running around the simple facts that we know what we know. right? And so we're going to just share that with you on this journey. And like I said, we're going to rock the boat a little bit. We are not here to debate. We are not here to have silly little comments. If you do not agree with what we're talking about, that is cool. And we still wish you well. But for those that really want to take it to the next level, those that want to have a forever shift, right? Because even if it's the 5% that get to college, it's less than 3% that go on to play at the professional level. So you're going to be an employee or a business owner. You're going to be a husband or a wife. You still got to be a son or a daughter. You still have to be a citizen. So there's things that we're going to teach you that will push you all the way through life. And I guarantee you're going to end up a lot closer to what your desires are than you can ever imagine just by putting these principles in today, right? So enjoy. Anybody that have questions, please, and you want us to answer, like we are here.
Yeah, like things, athletes that maybe you have heard that maybe bears a little bit of confusion or some contradictions, things that you've been doing where you haven't really seen like adjustments, or just flat out questions for coaches who have a facility, train athletes, and are getting them to the next level. Like, let us know things that you want to hear about.
Yeah, so we're not popular yet, but that's why we're here. We're here to shake it up a little bit, and we are going to stay in our lane. We appreciate everyone that's going to subscribe to this channel, and please share if you find any of this information helpful. Look us up, right? We want to help, and we can reach out in many ways. Like Coach Daphne said, we are in Florida, but you know how technology is. So we can touch bases anywhere. So
physical attributes that you're looking to gain, program questions, nutrition questions, recovery questions. Let us know, and we're going to get back to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
See you soon.